All right, now here we're going to do multi-step inequalities. We solved one-step inequalities. This time we're going to solve multi-step, so more than one. And here it says solve the inequality and graph. So let's do this one first. Hey, our variable is on the right side. Let's switch it. So 5 minus 4x and 8. We switched these around. So we want to switch the inequality as well. Okay. Because remember, we always want that variable to be on the left side. All right, now we need to get rid of this 5 and the times -4. So this is a plus -5. So the opposite of adding 5 is subtracting 5. These cancel out. And we get -4x is greater than or equal to 3. And now you want to get rid of that times -4. Opposite of multiplying by -4 is dividing by -4. And remember in the last episode, whenever you divide both sides by a negative, multiply or divide both sides by a negative, you have to flip the inequality. So instead of being greater than or equal to, it becomes less than or equal to. And the graph of that is put -3/4 here. And remember, we're just looking at the numerator when we have fractions. So smaller than 3 is 4, -4, and -5. Bigger than -3 is -2 and -1. So we have, and then put the 4s underneath it. Circle that -3/4. And because we have that or equal to underneath, we're going to close it. And it looks like it's pointing to the left. So we shade to the left. Ta-da. Now number 2, it says p divided by 3 minus 10 is greater than 2. So we have to get rid of that divided by 3 and that minus 10. Remember, just like if it was p minus 3 divided minus 10 equals 2, you're going to use SADMAP. I should have written that before, sorry. So order of solving is get rid of the subtraction and addition first, and then get rid of division and multiplication next, and then get rid of the exponents and parentheses last. Exponents and parentheses. Order for solving. And that's in one of the first videos that we saw. Okay. So here we need to get rid of the subtraction first. So opposite of subtracting 10 is adding 10 to both sides. And we get p divided by 3. These cancel out. Is greater than 12. And then opposite of dividing by 3 is multiplying by 3 on both sides. Look at that. And these cancel out. We get p is greater than 12 times 3 is 36. Ta-da! Put a number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 36 in the middle. Smaller than 36 is 35 and 34. Bigger is 37 and 38. Put a circle, and there's no or equal to, no line underneath, so it's open, and it looks like it's pointing to the right. Hey, that's right. Ta-da! That's that. Now let's look at these. Okay, so here we have 7 times quantity of b minus 2 less than or equal to -21. Now what you can do first is you can divide both sides by 7. Okay, because that's actually what we have here, SADMAP. So opposite of, so any subtraction and addition, not yet, because those are inside the parentheses. Any division and multiplication, yeah, multiplying the 7. So we can actually divide 7 on both sides. Okay, but when you do that, sometimes it's not, you're going to end up with a fraction here. So it's best to save the fractions for at the end. This one is going to work out, but it's okay. So here, let's do the exponents and parentheses. No exponents, but there is a parenthesis, so let's distribute that 7 into the parentheses. So 7 times b is 7b. 7 times -2 is -14, is less than or equal to -21. And then we're going to, it's going to be something like that, number 1, right? So we're going to get rid of that -14 by adding 14 to both sides. These cancel out. We get 7b is less than or equal to, and there we get 7, -7. And the opposite of multiplying by 7 is dividing by 7. And there we go. -7 divided by 7 is -1. And if you're wondering how come we didn't flip that inequality, we do have a -7 there. We're dividing with the negative. However, we're not dividing both sides by the negative, right? Just one side. If you divide both sides, then you flip it. But here it's just one side. So there you go. B is less than or equal to -1. And focus. Focus. There we go. Let's graph that quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -1 in the middle. Smaller, -2, -3. Bigger, 0 and 1. Circle. We have the or equal to, so it's going to be closed. And it's pointing to the left. Ta-da! Alright, next one, number 4. We have 8 plus 2m is less than or equal to 3m minus 10. Notice that we have two variables, one on each side. So we need to move one of them to the other side. So remember, I like to move the smaller one. So here, the smaller out of 2 and 3 is 2. So the opposite of adding 2 is subtracting 2m. These cancel out. We get 8 here. It's less than or equal to m minus 10. We like the m to be on the left side, so I'm going to flip that. M minus 10. Oops. And 8 on this side. We want the variable to be on the left side. And since we flip these around, we have to flip that inequality. So it becomes greater than. And the opposite of subtracting 10 is adding 10. So you get m is greater than 18. Da-dun. Number line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 18 in the middle. Smaller 17 and 16. Bigger 19 and 20. Circle. There's no line underneath, so no or equal to, so it's going to be open, and it's pointing to the right. So let's shade to the right. Yay. All right. So here we have 9d plus 2d minus 5 is greater than or equal to 11d plus 3. Notice that we have two variables terms on the left side. So before we solve, let's simplify first. Simplify first. Okay, so that means we're going to add 9d plus 2d is 11d minus 5 is greater than or equal to 11d plus 3. And now we have a variable on both sides, so we need to move one of them. So actually neither of them are smaller, so if we just subtract 11d from both sides, they both cancel out. So we end up with -5 is greater than or equal to 3. Is this true? When the variable cancels out, if you have to look at the inequality, okay? So with the equal sign, like let's say we had -5 equals 3, that one, if the numbers are different, automatically you could say, hey, that's no solution. All right. Here, because negative 5 is not greater than or equal to 3, right? Negative 5 is smaller than 3. So because that's incorrect, this one is, hey, that's no solution. So we actually have to look at the inequality. And we'll see that in the next one. So let's look at that. The next one. Here we have 12h plus 5 minus 2h. Again, 2h's, h terms, so 12h minus 2h is going to give us 10h plus 5 is greater than or equal to. And on the right side, we have that a number outside the parentheses, so let's distribute. So 2 times 5h is 10h. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Hey. So you get 10h minus, and then we're going to subtract 10h on both sides again. We have variables on both sides, so we subtract. And we get 5 is greater than or equal to negative 6. So here we have to read it. Is 5 greater than or equal to negative 6? Is 5 bigger or equal to negative 6? Yes, it is. Yes, so that is true. So this one is infinitely many solutions. All right, and that is that.